the actual hell? You know, how did that happen? It would be right here, right now, in this best of 5.
And here we go in the bottom spawn here. The Terran Titan. This is INnoVation.
The machine.
The machine himself on Vani Research Station.
So many rhymes.
And it's up spawn, the contender, the underdog. This is Trust.
Would be a remarkable run indeed if this man can somehow make a semi-final appearance. And obviously, once you're in the semis, anything is possible. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I really think that most diehard and very knowledgeable StarCraft fans will look at this quarterfinals and be like, well, INnoVation 3-0, maybe a 3-1. If Trust is able to get 2 points on the board, I think that would already be more than anybody would give him. And let's not forget, Protoss is a cheeky race. You know, it's definitely not as easy and simple and straightforward as it was once upon a time. But Protoss does have a couple of very deadly weapons that can just put you in such a good spot. And then it doesn't matter if you're playing against INnoVation or not. If you can get that, you know, 12 or 14 worker advantage for yourself, the game can be yours.
And I mean, we saw stats on this map pull be a cheeky boy as well with a proxy Stargate, Void Ray aggression on that ramp. I've seen that happen on your stream, Roddy. It's you know, it's a very strong build. A lot of Koreans aren't super good against holding it, so doesn't. Yeah, it's hard to say whether Trust will do that. He is a cheeky boy, though. He's done some very cheeky things in these games this tournament so far.
Like, we've been talking a lot about patch 3.8, and we have been talking a lot about carriers, and some people saying they're imbalanced in Protoss with Zerg and not, but we haven't spoken that much about the Void Ray. But the new Void Ray is actually so much better. Like, finally,
yeah, it's microable.
Yeah, it has micro potential again, and it's been years. Like, the #1 reason why I, as a Protoss, did not love the Void Ray anymore is it just felt like a clumsy, slow unit that, you know, if they want to kill it, they could always kill it, and it was only really good in very short scenarios where you either needed a little bit of DPS to defend, or you went for some silly all-in, or, you know, an Immortal Void Ray all-in in PvP. But now actually there's so many things you can do with Void Rays, and that's great. And like, I'm super happy that the Balance team found a way to make the Void Ray useful in more than just one way.
And INnoVation opened Gas First Reaper Expand, by the way, and he's gearing up for that pretty quick 1-1-1. Going to get the starport pretty quickly. Really standard stuff looking from Trust here for the most part. Reaper coming up here, seeing that single adept. And there's a Robo facility going down for Trust here.
Yeah, fast Robo. Could maybe just be one Prism, then 2 more gateways, and take the game from there, right? This is obviously a good map for Prism play. You will also have quick access to observers, which is going to be very useful. Not sure if he knows about the factory or not. But it's standard. Like, I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be 2 more gates, or first Twilight and then 2 more gates. Okay, it's going to be Twilight. I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Twilight going down. You've got a few options here for tech paths. Generally, Glaives is the way to go. The bottom base is getting saturated here. Well, like, yeah, I mean,
I think on this map, I actually think that Blink is the way to go, man. Like, Glaives is obviously very good aggressively if you want to really rely on harass, but I think that Blink is a little stronger. Well, he is getting a very quick Prism, so maybe.
And more adepts.
Yeah, it could be more adepts, but I think that Blink is very solid. It's a great map for medevac drops. They can fly in from so many different angles, and if you don't have Blink, I think it's always kind of hard to defend against Terran aggression.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you're absolutely right. Ooh, okay, so both of us kind of, like, there are so many options when you drop that Twilight Council. Darkshrine the way to go. So obviously, you know, Archon potential, worker line harassment. The DTs are very annoying in the early game versus Terran before they have turrets or NG bays or anything like that.
So one thing that is important right now, Maynard, is that he keeps these adepts at home. Please do not pick up these adepts, because if he picks up the adepts, he has no DPS at home at all. And then even cleaning up the mines is going to be very ugly. The Warp Prism is moving out. The Warp Prism should actually be able to spot. He picked up the adepts. Questionable, I think, but let's see how it plays out. But he doesn't have much. He does know about the medevac at least. Where's that Mothership core?
She's in the main, I think. So here come the mines into the mineral line. The pylon's not even done yet. Mothership core late to the party here. One mine going to get dropped, another one going towards the main.
Could have been uglier. That's only a single probe.
This one, though.
Good micro.
Nice defense so far from Trust, taking as little damage as you possibly can from 2 mines.
I'm a tiny bit surprised that INnoVation was settling there for 1 probe, and if you guys wonder, shouldn't he have like done the on-burrow micro? Maybe, but I think that even INnoVation had other priorities right now. He looks at that Darkshrine and he's like, oh god, I need some missile turrets. Let's just make sure that I don't end up losing 15 workers at home. Get my turrets up and, you know, just settle for whatever you get.
Super lovely position on that tank. That's going to get a shot off. It's going to get a shot off. Oh, nice little cluster of probes there For INnoVation, I bet he didn't expect his mines to even do that much, so great little pick off there.
And his weapon is taking a lot of damage. Want to be careful. Definitely don't want to lose it with all that precious cargo inside of it. Did he? No, the Dark Shrine absolutely finished up. Well, right now there's only one choice, Maynard. You know what it is? Blink DTs! No.
So they're bringing me back to CJ Hero from back in the day, man. Blink and DT versus Terran. But you know what? Good work, man. Like you said, it's a pretty good map for Blink, and the DT can come back into it mid to late game. It's a pretty expensive gas army if you want to try and do both those things. Definitely need 3 bases.
So it's going to be rough. At least, you know, he forced out a whole bunch of turrets and he forced INnoVation to, you know, keep his units at home, worry about the Prism. But so far, I love the way that Inno played this. I mean, he reacted immediately with the right things, getting all those missile turrets up and barely took any damage at all from this Prism. Still did quite some work with his own Widow Mines on the other side of the map. And you right now, like, the army supply 34 against 17. That may not seem like a big deal, but it's a pretty big deal already in this phase in the game.
Yeah, the 6-minute mark, especially with the fact that +1 and Stim are dangerously close to finishing. That is like the anti-gateway upgrades here. Like, your gateway armies just aren't that good anymore against Bio once they have +1 and Stim, especially with Combat Shield as well. But, I mean, INnoVation's gearing up for the next step here. He's dropping his reactors, and he's going to go straight Bio Mine by the looks of it. Or just, yeah, so mine's starting to produce now. I was wondering where they were. So 2 mines at a time coming out of that reacted factory with just straight up Bio and Medivacs. And it's the couple siege tanks that he made in the early game because he kind of felt like it was going to be Blink, and obviously siege tanks are pretty amazing against holding that kind of thing. But using them on a push attack right now would be pretty sick for INnoVation.
Yeah, I'm very worried. Like, I think what Trust needed to do is send out a couple Stalkers and try to buy some time. But he didn't even have Stalkers yet. He didn't have Blink yet. Blink is just now done. And this army of INnoVation is so much more powerful than his army of Trust. Oh my god. Like, I have no idea how Trust is supposed to hold this. If Trust can hold this, I think that would be a magnificent hold.
Ooh.
Okay,
this will be a nice start here if the DT gets a tank.
Yep. Force out a scan, force out as many scans as possible. Okay. 1 scan, 1 DT.
That's what you want. 2 siege tanks still alive. They do got the back. Relatively decent force fields clearing up the Bio on the right here, but the Bio on the left just charges into the middle line and does get some probe damage. But there's the DTs. One just on Smoko there, but he is going to take out these tanks. Wow, but does Trust even have enough gateway units to fight the +1 upgraded Stim Bio here?
If he had a Photon Overcharge there, I think he would have absolutely been fine because the Dark Templars did take care of the tanks, but there's a drop in the main as well.
A multi-prong attack here from INnoVation is just too much. GG! And he takes a really convincing game 1 there.
Yeah, there's no other way